Good morning. Hello and welcome to Growing Edge Live. I'm Allie Benjamin and I'm here in Hurricane, Utah, and looking forward to connecting with our virtual community, our Growing Edge Live here on Facebook, and our Satya community there in Ogden, Utah. Hello, and welcome. And as you pop on, I'd love to know where you are. Where are you? Where are you watching this video? And if you're watching this as a replay on YouTube, then go ahead and write down in the comments where you are watching this from, so we can get a sense of our virtual community. So welcome to Growing Edge Live. Hello, Carol. Nice to see you. And go ahead and post where you are. There's Michael. He's using my name. And he's here with me in Hurricane, Utah. Hello. Go ahead and share where you are and what's alive within you today. Let's take a moment to connect and take a moment to reflect. And maybe take a moment to set your intention. What's your intention today? Why are you here? Why did you decide to tune in to this Growing Edge live video, this spiritual tune in and tune up? There's Pam is watching with Carol. Hi, Pam. Nice to know that you're here together. We're all here together in our virtual community. And we'll give a few minutes for others to pop on. So what is your intention this morning? Why did you feel inspired to connect with the Satya community, with the Growing Edge Live broadcast? What inspired you, and what's your intention for doing that? Knowing that we are a spiritual community, a virtual community, that is all about conscious evolution, healing hearts, and transforming lives. So what's your intention today? Welcome to everyone that's jumping on. I'm Allie Benjamin. There's Cindy and Lily tuning in from Ogden, Utah. Hello, and welcome. And I'm asking everyone to share where they are and what's your intention today. It's a good clarifying question to help you ground into why you're doing this. Why are you here today for this spiritual tune in, tune up? Do you have a specific reason, an intention, or did you just stumble across, or it just felt like a good idea at the time? There's Heather. Hi, Heather. Nice to know that you're here too. So I'm going to get going, and here is our song that we start with every Sunday from our beautiful Leslie Monroe.
Free my mind, open my heart with the whispers of truth, to live a conscious life, to live a conscious life on the growing edge, on the growing edge.
Om and welcome. Welcome to you wherever you're calling in or watching in from. I'm Allie Benjamin, and we're recording this broadcast from Hurricane, Utah. It's in southern Utah. There's Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Welcome to everyone, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching the replay, whether you're part of this ongoing, growing virtual community or you're here for the first time. Welcome. I know that something inspired you to tune in this morning. So I honor that, whatever that is, however you identify that something that inspired you to be here together with us this morning for our spiritual tune in and tune up. Here at the Growing Edge Live broadcast, we're all about conscious evolution, healing hearts and transforming lives. And so I trust and know that what I've received, downloaded, uploaded, that I'm about to share with you today is supportive of your conscious evolution. So my title today, the theme of my download today is curious, courageous, and creative. Curious, courageous, creative. Now, we're always creating. It's our nature. Human beings are creators, and we're creative with our thinking, and we consciously or unconsciously create our reality. We consciously or unconsciously create our experience. Everything is created twice. Think about this. Everything is created twice. First in mind, and then in form or experience. Everything is created twice. So what does that mean for us? What does it mean that everything is created twice? If you kind of reverse engineer that, you realize that if everything you're experiencing is a projection of your thoughts, then wouldn't it be consciously, you would then be consciously creating if you manage what your thoughts are. Now, we can't manage every thought that pops into our head. Sometimes we see something or we feel something and thoughts start popping into our head. But when we're going about consciously creating, or we want to create an experience in our lives, or we want to have a richer, more meaningful experience in our everyday life, then we can select our thoughts. We can use affirmations or craft a prayer or something like that. So we're giving some form to the thoughts that we think. Why? Because those thoughts then become our reality. So in this way, I call us conscious co-creators. Why the co? Because we're co in this amazing spiritual experience we have. Whilst we might feel like individual separate beings, we're one with the source, one with the creator, one with the creative intelligence. Some call it God. So we're co-creating with this bigger creative force that we're a part of, the divine mind, if you will. We have our individual mind, but then there's the greater mind. So let's take a moment to tune into that greater aspect of our being, our higher self, if you will. So let's start with a meditation, closing the outer eyes and taking a deep breath through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And do this several times. And just be relaxed and gentle about it. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And as you breathe, draw your attention down into your heart center, that creative center where we tune in to what is most meaningful to ourselves, what we're most inspired to be, what lights up our hearts. And as we tune in, as we connect, as we arrive in this moment, we simply become the observers of the chatter of the mind, watching the thoughts come and go. And we settle into the dimension of what is. The dimension of being at peace with life just as it is, without the mind creating a narrative, without the mind having opinions, without the mind comparing, categorizing. All of those things are very important, but for now we're going to drop down from the linear mind down into the mind of the heart that says, all is well. Just for now, all is well. And connect with that dimension of your being. And as we arrive and occupy our heart space, just imagine yourself creating a circle of light. And imagine yourself at the very center of this circle of light, and invite everything that might be in that circle with you, invite it outside. So that could be thoughts of people or plans for the future, or thoughts of the past, or a challenging situation that seems to be constantly trying to be figured out. And just invite all of that outside of your circle of light, and imagine this circle of light being a safe place for you to not only receive the message today, but be inspired by it, to actualize your own divinity within this time-space continuum, to become a conscious co-creator, unencumbered, unburdened by anything or anyone else, sovereign, sturdy, courageous, curious, creative. That's who and what you are. Feel it. Get a firm footing within this circle of light. And breathe and arrive. And feeling fully prepared and centered, available, receptive, willing, allowing, and open. When you're ready, open your eyes and be here now. Very good. So welcome. Ali Benjamin here, and today I'm talking about curiosity, being curious, being courageous, and being creative. We are creative beings, each and every one of us. We're made in the image and likeness of our Creator, and therefore we create our experience. We didn't create the earth, we didn't create the galaxies, the universe, in this current form anyway, but we create our experience, and it's all filtered through our mind, through our emotions. And so let's explore this. Everything is created twice, first in mind, then experience. So we're very careful about when we're in that creative mode, when we're either visioning our future, or we're working on a project, we're being creative at work, or we have a hobby that requires us to be creative. We watch the quality of our thoughts, because the quality of our thoughts determine the quality of our experience. High quality thoughts, high quality experience. So once we wake up, and I know you are, once we wake up, we become conscious of this, and we become what I call conscious co-creators. Why the co? We're creating with the greater mind, the mind of the universe. We have the whole universe supporting us. Another way of saying that, the universe has your back. So we're always creating. So we understand that, and we pay close attention to our thoughts. And as we pay close attention to our thoughts, what I know is it's extremely powerful to align your thoughts, your words, your emotions, and your actions. When those four things are lined up, then you're bound to experience a life of joy and purpose and meaning and passion. So thoughts, words, emotions, and actions line up. Now, there's a lot going on in the world, isn't there? It's hard to, it's not that hard, but it's complicated when there's so much going on in the outer world that our hearts are heavy with. All of the violence, all of the division, all of the pain and the suffering and the death, COVID-19, all of us that are experiencing isolation, maybe we're feeling lonely, we're not able to enjoy life as we did 12 months ago. Can you believe it's coming up to a year that we've been on this new mode, this lockdown mode, many of us quarantining because we don't want to be exposed to COVID, or we don't want to expose others in case we are infected. So there's a lot going on out there that could say, okay, it's not time to be Positive Polly. It's not time to talk about affirmations and casting a vision for a bright future, because we've got serious problems going on. People are hurting. People are hurting each other. Shouldn't we be focusing on that? And I'd say, yeah, watch the news and see what's going on. Get informed, but don't take it personally. Know that all of those things that you see on the news, all of those things that your friends share with you that lay heavy on your heart, those are simply prayer requests, opportunities for you to see a better outcome. As people that are aware of their co-creative nature, it's highly important to stay focused on what you want to experience rather than being focused on what you don't. Do you hear that? It's a tremendous draw or pull to focus on what's wrong, especially when there's so much going on. But it's extremely important in the terms of being creative, in the terms of having a life of joy and peace and meaning. It's extremely important to focus on what you do want to experience, on who you do want to be, to pull yourself up above the line. Below the line is unconscious thinking. Above the line is conscious thinking. You deserve to be above the line. You have the ability to think and act and move and be above the line. We're always creating, and we're birthing a new world. We are those bridge people that are awake. We're birthing a new world. We have to activate our sixth sense, our intuition. We have to be willing to move beyond what we see in the outer world and step into what we want to experience. We have to realize that everything that we're feeling is affecting, everything that we're saying is affecting the whole, everything we're doing. So is it above the line? Is it above the line? I think of the 4 agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz. He talks about being impeccable with your word. Now, these are 4 agreements that will bring you above the line so you can be an effective, conscious, loving creator of a beautiful world. The world that your heart knows is possible. That's what's drawing you. That's what's pulling you into the new vision, into the new world, into the more beautiful world your heart knows is possible. So to be impeccable with your word, watch what you say. Say only words of praise. Talk about what's true. Resist the temptation to gossip. Resist the temptation to talk about what's wrong. And use your words, the power of your words, in the direction of love and truth. Use your words in the direction of love and truth. Don't take things personally. Nothing others do is because of you. It's always a projection of what's in their heart and what's in their mind. So if others are coming from a place of lack, of separation, of fear, it's going to come out, and you could take that personally, but don't. Nothing others do, say, or feel is because of you. It's because of themselves and their own state of spiritual evolution. So as you stand in your powers, you occupy your divinity. You don't take anything personally. You stand in your own sovereignty. You practice the presence of love each moment. Don't make assumptions. Ask questions. Don't assume that you know what someone's thinking. Don't assume just by the way people are acting or what they're saying that you know what they mean. Get clear by asking them questions. This will help you understand people more fully and have a deeper relationship with them. And rather than react, you respond. You respond by the most awakened part of you. And then the last of the 4 agreements is to always do your best. Now, your best is always changing, depending on how you're feeling, what's going on in your physical body, what's going on in your world, your experience. So be curious as you start to do your best, as you start to think about who do I want to be and what do I want to experience in 2021, and be courageous. So I want to talk a little bit more deeply about curiosity. I find it to be something that opens up doorways. It helps us move beyond our current paradigm. I looked it up in the dictionary. Curiosity is a strong desire to know or learn. So a strong desire to know or to learn. I'm taking 2 courses. I've decided that I want to expand my perspective. I want to expand what I think about and maybe meet new people. So I'm curious this way. So I'm taking 2 new courses that begin this week. What are you doing to expand your desire to know or to learn? It doesn't have to be a course. It could be something that's right in front of you right now. What do you want to know more about? What do you want to learn that will enhance your ability to be a vibrational match to what you want to be and what you want to experience in 2021? So, what are you curious about? And maybe take a moment. Take a moment, close the eyes, and just don't answer with the linear mind. Answer with your heart. What am I really curious about? What haven't I given myself permission to explore? Because I've been too busy or too serious or too mature, too responsible. What if I move into that childlike heart of mine and ask, what am I curious about? And just allow that to bubble up and come to the surface and jot that down or write it in the notes, in the comments. Tell us what you're curious about, because as we share our ideas with each other, then it can inspire more thoughts, more ideas, and it builds the momentum, it builds the energy. That idea of being curious, it's like a trajectory, and we can all jump on each other's curious ideas. So go ahead and write that down. You can also ask empowering questions or inspiring questions. One of the questions I love to ask myself, especially when I'm feeling challenged or something appears to be difficult, is what if it's easy? Because my mind, my ego structure wants to make things more difficult than they are. And so what if it's easy? And that kind of gives me a greater perspective to look at whatever the task is or the challenge is or the relationship is, and give it give myself some room to look at it from different perspectives. Another question that sort of answers this curiosity is, what if there's a great gift for me in exploring this new idea or this path or this relationship or this opportunity further? So what if there's a great gift here? Sometimes we resist change, we resist doing something new, but this question, what if there's a gift here? What if there's a gift in this, going further into this relationship, having greater empathy, being more compassionate? What if there's a gift? What if life has presented me with this opportunity because there's a gift that I want to be curious about where this is taking me. I want to be curious about what's going to be revealed. Why? Because it's going to expand me, you, us, as sentient beings. We're going to expand in consciousness. We're going to have a conscious evolution. We need to break out of the old paradigm so that we can fulfill this idea of being bridge people, of helping to call in the shift that is absolutely necessary for an awakened world. We are the ones, and now is the time. So it's time to be curious. It's time to be curious about why you're here and what you're here to do and who you're here to be. Courageous, I looked it up too. Not deterred by danger or pain. Being courageous is a call to be brave. It's a call to step out. It's a call to dig deeper. It's curiosity and being courageous sort of go hand in hand in my mind, in my heart. So to be courageous, the root word of courage is core, the heart. So courageousness comes from being heart-centered, having a strong back, having a firm foundation of who you are, but a soft front, to be open-hearted, to be strong-hearted, to be whole-hearted, to be brave. I love this idea. Are you willing to imagine what you can be? Think about your future. Are you willing to imagine what you can be, unburdened by what has been? This is so powerful. Are you willing to imagine? Last week I talked about the faculties of the mind and the power of our imagination. Are you willing to imagine what you can be, unburdened by what has been? Maybe you're not so proud of who you've been in the past. Maybe you carry some guilt or some shame. Are you willing to transcend that? Are you willing to move beyond the past, your past foibles, your past uncertainties, your whatever you might have carried? You have a temptation, your ego structure has a temptation to carry forth. Are you willing to imagine who you can be, unburdened by what has been? This is really powerful. And then don't let the world tell you who you are. That's up to you, because you tell the world who you are. This is what the bridge people do. We're not identified by the world outside of ourselves. We show up fully by showing up as our most authentic self. We show up fully as our authentic self. We don't let the world tell us. And it's so easy, like in the 4 agreements, don't take anything personally. It's so easy to get informed, to take what others are saying about us, or just our thoughts about what others might be thinking about us, or what the world in general, or what we've been told, or what limiting ideas others have projected on us. That's not who we are. We're not who our family told us we are. We're not who the world as a whole tells us who we are. Maybe there is some truth to some of that, but what's most important, what's most empowering, what's most spiritually mature is for each and every one of us to tell the world who we are. How? By showing up as ourselves. We help ourselves by being ourselves. We help ourselves by being ourselves. We occupy our divinity. What's our divinity? Our divinity is love and joy and passion and creativity. Our divinity is our ever-present, ongoing connection with the divine. It's that ever-going, never stopping. You can hear it in your meditation. You can hear it when you're still. You can hear it when you're in nature. There's a intuitive knowing. You know what it is. You might feel it in your heart. You might just know it. That is your direct connection with the universe. That's how you occupy your divinity. That is the thing that informs you about who you are. Last week, I asked you a question. What does your soul want to tell you? What does your soul want to share with you? And when you ask that question and you go into the silence, you hear all kinds of things. So many of you have told me, oh, it's all this positive stuff. It's oh, you're loved, you're loving, you're here to do great things. And we somehow discount that. The ego structure discounts it. Well, don't. When you're quiet and you ask that question, what does my soul want to share with me today? And you listen, you hear, and they're love notes from the universe, love notes from God, love notes from love. That's who you are. That's your divinity. And that will build your consciousness. Conscious evolution is about having the consciousness for the world that you want. We cannot have what we're not in consciousness. So I trust and know that this download has inspired you today. Thank you for financially supporting this ministry, this Growing Edge live ministry. We're here, we have been for over 10 years. And if we've supported you, you can go ahead and Venmo Satya Center, or go to our website, growingedgelive.com, and you can make a donation, and we really appreciate that. So I'd like to do an activation. Another way of saying that is a prayer. So close the eyes, close the outer eyes, and I want to start with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King, and we're celebrating his day tomorrow. So let us tune in. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. So where do you stand at this moment, at this time of great challenge and great controversy? What is the measure of your divinity? How do you measure your experience right now? Feel that. Who are you becoming? As we know, there is only one life, one power, one presence, one infinite organizing intelligence. It's not somewhere outside, it's right here where you are, right here where I am, right here, everything, everywhere, throughout time and space. There is no beginning and no end. The circumference is everywhere. The center is everywhere. We're always right where God is. Feel it now, occupying your divinity. And I know and accept for each of us as we step into 2021 with courage, with curiosity, we become conscious co-creators in our experience. We move beyond what we used to think was possible by occupying our divinity, by being the presence of love, by knowing the universe has our back, by being willing to ask clarifying questions, expanding our consciousness, going where we've not had the courage to go before, looking at fear in the face, doing it afraid, knowing that everything is for us, even the most challenging things. We're here to stand in our sovereignty, to know that we move forward, unburdened by the past. We create our tomorrows with love, and passion, and joy. And we do it together. We build upon our vision. We build upon what we're creating by knowing that we are supported by a team of friends. They're here today. They're watching this video. Angels, guardians, guides, every human sentient being. We're all together. We all want the same things. We want to be seen and heard. We want to be loved, and we want to be loving. So let's send a blessing out to all beings, all those essential workers, doctors, nurses, caregivers, to the two-leggeds, four-leggeds, winged, finned, hooved, creepy crawlers, to earth, water, wind, fire, ether, the stone people, the tree people, the plant people. Let us know that everything is for us and we're all together. We're taking this path into the next moment together, hearts wide open on this joyful adventure, inspired, elevated, and grateful. We're so grateful for this time together. We're so grateful for what we're creating with curiosity, with courage. We stand in our sovereignty. We inhabit our co-creative nature. And we say yes, thank you, more please, even better. And so it is. Thank you. Namaste. Peace and blessings. See you next week. If you have a prayer, if you want to have a chat, if you want to meditate, go ahead and contact me, and I will line you up with one of our prayer practitioners. We love you. We're here for you. Mwah. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.